City to go pick up our new bus, hopefully. We're going to inspect it and test drive it. We've made it so that we don't have to stop anywhere except for gas with mask and gloves. We brought our food, we brought our bathroom, and we brought all of our sleeping gear. So yeah, off we go. Woohoo! What was that? Woohoo! Hopefully we'll have our new home. Here's Brandon. Brandon's not gonna live in it though. Ah! Okay, go get the bucket. We made a luggable loo, but it's more like a bucket with a bag. Yeah, a bunch of bags inside of the bag actually. That is our potty for the next 3 days. Potty. Okay. Anyway, we just left. First few minutes on the road. We just entered Texas, about a quarter of the way to Kansas City. Heading for the bus. Reality of these road trips. I've already eaten half a bag of almond M&Ms, half a box of Altoids, and had a coffee and some Cheez-Its. Yeah, that's the truth. It's only been 219 miles. So we've been looking for a bus for a few months now, and this is the first one we are actually going to look at. It's located in Kansas City, and I've spent the last 2.5 weeks talking to the owners. They've taken a bunch of pictures for me. They, did a bunch of mechanical tests. They took it into a mechanic for me as well. So we really have our fingers crossed that this will be the bus for us. We are headed to get our bus in Kansas City. Headed to get our bus, at least we hope we are. I'm singing and they're looking at me funny. La-di-da-di-da. But yes, hopefully going to get our bus. Having dinner at Archelon Park, just inside Kansas. There they are. Cooking dinner. Let's see what we had for dinner. What's for dinner?
Stuffing, mac and cheese, and celery with cream cheese.
Almost done. So, just so you all know, stovetop stuffing right there. Excellent camp food.
Or in this case,
mac and cheese?
COVID road trip food.
Yeah, COVID road trip food. We have no idea where we're staying tonight. At all. We want to stay here, but it says the gates close at 10 o'clock and it's about 9 now, so not sure what we're going to do. So we did end up staying here after all at Archelon Park, just northeast of Liberal, Kansas. It's an excellent park. It was only $5 a night, and if we hadn't been COVID traveling and COVID wary, we would have taken advantage of the free hot showers.
Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing. I mean nothing, honey, if it ain't free.
Okay, Cyan just woke up. We didn't sleep great last night. Around 1 o'clock in the morning in our tents, there was lightning and severe thunderstorms from 1 o'clock until about 5 o'clock. Anyway, she's awake now. We are almost to Kansas City. We're about maybe an hour, hour and a half away, and we're getting excited, right, Cyan?
We're getting a bus.
Woohoo! So during this time we were signing papers and I took the bus for 3 test drives. I had some reservations after seeing it. Definitely had a good leak in the back and it has some significant rust. The front step is rusted out, the back wall near the wheelchair lift is rusted out, and on my first test drive the door opened. I mean, it opened and it hit a tree, or branches anyway, but we rigged it closed. The steering is loose. Took me a little bit to get used to it. I was really debating whether or not I was going to buy it, but I bought it, and this is the first test drive in the parking lot after the purchase. Woohoo! Hey everyone! So it's day 1. We just got the bus yesterday and we're driving back to Albuquerque, New Mexico from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm already stressing. This thing is more difficult to drive than I anticipated, and the wheelchair door keeps opening in the back, so we've got it bungee corded from the outside and the inside. The one door, half of the door stays closed and I don't have the key, so I can't open that one, and the other door keeps opening and it's very rusty, so we can't get it latched. And unfortunately she didn't give me a key, so I have no idea what to do about that. Some other things I've noticed, you'll see this rainbow steering wheel cover on here. She left this because the steering wheel is super sticky, but the steering is very loose. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm used to driving smaller, newer cars, or if there's something wrong with it, or if it's just an older vehicle. You also have to apologize for the noise. It's extremely loud. The air conditioning doesn't work, so I'm having to drive with my windows open, which is good because there also may be an exhaust leak. Even though the previous owners tested it with a CO2 monitor inside, it's better just not to breathe all that stuff, but it's hot. It's like going to be 100 degrees today. And yeah, so right now I'm doing about 45 miles an hour on the back roads, and Brandon and Cyan are following me, and just trying to get it under control as far as feeling a little more comfortable driving it before I take it on the freeway. We're trying to make it to Archelon Park, which is where we stayed on the way out here a few nights ago. It's just northeast of Liberal, Kansas, and it was an amazing campsite, by the way. $5, really clean, really beautiful, quiet. Of course, that was a Wednesday. But yeah, that's what's happening with this right now. We haven't showered in 2 days. We're a little tired, haven't slept great. But so far, I've gone about almost 100 miles in the bus so far, so we'll see how it goes. All right, stay tuned. Okay, I'll give you guys a little update on how it's going so far. Bought the bus yesterday. We paid $4,500, and it is a Ford Triton V10, Ford Aerotech V10 Triton. I'm not quite sure what all that means, but anyway, that's what it is. It's an Aerotech shuttle bus. So this has been the process so far. I looked at quite a few buses. I didn't want to pay more than about $5,000. Didn't want to pay more than about $5,000. That gives me a little bit of money for repairs, registration, insurance, yada yada. and some things to get started tearing the build out. So I looked on Search Tempest, which is a nationwide search for Craigslist and eBay, and I found this bus in Kansas City, Missouri. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and during COVID, I was a little hesitant to travel that far, but I felt like the lady had good communication with me, talked about 2 weeks. They were actually waiting for the title when they sold it to me. Ah, stop sign. Nice and quiet. Yay! Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I bought the bus, and to insure it, I use Progressive, and my company Progressive doesn't insure short term, so I needed to do a 6-month term, and it is registered, or not registered, it is insured as a commercial vehicle for private use. That took a little while. I spoke with about 6 or 7 people, and one lady flagged me and said because I was going to convert it, I couldn't insure it through them. But I asked why, and she gave me 2 reasons. She said one was because I told her I was converting it, even though that's not until later down the road. And the second reason was because she said I wanted temporary insurance. And that was my mistake. I didn't tell her I wanted temporary insurance. What I told her was that I needed to get it back to Albuquerque. And she assumed that I only wanted insurance until I got back to Albuquerque, which is just not the case. I want to keep it insured, of course. So anyway, so I finally got it insured, and then I had to give them the VIN, and it all checked out. And then to register for temporary tags in New Mexico, every state is different, but in New Mexico, you have to send a picture of the registration. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. A picture of the title, a picture of the bill of sale, my driver's license, and a picture of my insurance. And when they get those 4 things, they issued or emailed me a temporary tag. But I had to make sure I did it during open hours, so I had to do that this morning as opposed to last night, because last night the motor vehicle department was closed. So anyway, that has been the process so far. Okay, so that's what 3 days without a shower in 100-degree heat with the windows open will do for you.
Ooh, we got a bus. Yay.
So we made it back 800 miles from Kansas City, Missouri without too many mishaps. If you liked what you saw, you want to see more, or if you just want to laugh at our hair or my hair, then don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.